All right. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Big waves to you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope everybody's doing good this morning. Please let us know where you're tuning in from in the chats and the comments. So, our word for today, we'll get right into it. Our word for today, and we've been talking about this a lot, how much we love, how much we appreciate, everybody that's part of the Coach's Corner and the community. So, we decided to go with the word community today and look at it a little bit. Look at community and look at what each of us can do. Um, how many of you have learned from being a part of this community? Raise your hand. I know I have. I have. I've learned from you. Um, there, without question, being a part of a community, my attitude for the day goes in a different direction when I just see your face, listen in, and hear from others. So it sets me on a different scale, it sets me on a different track. But have you ever wondered why sometimes you get in a community and then you get out of the community? Anybody ever done that before? Like they feel bad. It's kind of like church. You feel I've never been to church and felt worse when I left. I always feel good. I always feel great. So why don't I go? Why don't I go every time? Right? You ever thought about that? Now, don't judge me there, but I've missed, I miss every now and then. And it's like, why? Because you feel so good when you're a part of it. To me, that is community. I mean, community is a feeling of fellowship with others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals. And at the end of the day, God made us to be social animals. I mean, we're social animals. Our instinct is to truly find strength in numbers. So when we can be around numbers, that there's something inside of us that gets fulfilled when that happens. And I come across this quote. I want to read it to you. It says, "A true community is not just about being geographically close to someone. It's about feeling connected and responsible for what happens." I think about in this community, we pray for each other. We try to remember people's birthdays the best we can. We try to acknowledge each other. We wave at each other. You know, humanity is our ultimate community, and everyone plays a crucial role. Whether you're speaking or you're not speaking, or you're driving to work, or you're washing the dishes, Melinda, it doesn't matter. Like you play a crucial role being in that community. And so really, to finish my part, what got me thinking is we can sit in a community and we can learn from the community, but I think we should learn with the intent to teach others outside of the community or maybe in another community. Have you ever done that before? Like I personally have been inside of a mastermind group and taken from that mastermind group with the intent to teach another mastermind group. Does that make sense? Vince, you ever done that? You sit in, you get knowledge, you get ideas, and then you take those ideas and those knowledge and you go apply them to a different group of people, and they excel from the knowledge and the ideas. That to me is the power of community. And so I've got 5 things that I want to finish with about why community is so powerful, the power of community. Number 1, it unites us. We said before, God made us. We're animals that need to be united with other people. Power in numbers. Community unites us. Number 2, community makes us feel a part of something that's bigger than ourselves. This call is bigger than me. This call sets us all, in my opinion, on the right track for the day. Number 3, community gives us opportunity to connect with people and establish new connections. I think about there's so many people on here that I can look at. You know, I think about Vince Green. I think about his grandkid in the background. You know, I know some of his family. You know, I know kind of a journey, even though I didn't know his father, but I know a little bit of the journey there because of the connections. I think about, you know, Jenny and her daughter that smiles on here and waves and says hello, you know, in the morning. And I could go through the list. Community establishes new connections that you probably would never make if it weren't for the community. Number four, community stretches us to new goals. There's so many times, even in this community, that we challenge each other to do something, you know, to take this step during the day, to reach out to somebody, and it stretches us. And the fifth thing is community makes us feel safe and secure. At the end of the day, we talk about it all the time, but a community is something that as we grow, it does make us feel safe and secure. It makes me feel safe and secure to know that if my son or my daughter was in Michigan and I didn't know anyone and I needed some help, I could call Vince Green and I know he has my back. And just like you, if you've got somebody located in there in Alabama, they're in northern Alabama, and they're like, I don't know anybody up there. They've got a flat tire, but I know this guy that'll show up for me. That's what community, that's what makes it so powerful. So I'm going to turn this over to Andrea. And I'm super grateful for all of you. And I'm super grateful for community and what it can be.
Well, thank you, Coach. That was great. And I sure love this community that you've created. Love all these people, love being a part of it. And the quote that I found is community is doing something together that makes belonging matter. And kind of crazy enough, we had talked about doing this word yesterday. And then this morning, because of another community that we're involved with, the Level Up community, I'm listening to a book called Change Your World. And it talked about the power of community. So I thought that was kind of serendipitous that we kind of got it from both sides. So I thought, you know, one of the things it said is as a challenge escalates, our need for community grows. Isn't that true? Like, I think we all kind of felt it in this last year. Like we had as a country this challenge, and being able to come together in this community, it made it possible for us to get through to the other side, right? We needed it and it helped us through. And then we can all do something meaningful. Every single one of us can do something meaningful. We can change this world. But if we want to do something even bigger, then we need people around us, right? We need those people around us. So how do you create community? And that's what I'm going to talk about today. So what can we do to create that strong community that we all crave? So first of all, find a common goal. So, you know, whether it be to just grow as a person or to clean up, you know, a local park or, you know, spend more time in the Word, whatever your common goal is, find that common goal because that can be the backbone of your community, and look for shared connections. So see where you're alike, right? Where do you overlap? So I'm not an attorney, but I love animals, and that's something that I can have in common with Vince Green, right? So just find those overlaps and those connections, and then tackle a challenge together. So have you ever realized or seen in your relationships when you have something that you're kind of overcoming or you're striving for, it really creates that bond. Like I see, you know, Andrea out there and she's talking about her daily walks, or, you know, Hill and Diane, and we're all tackling, you know, the water. How many of us are struggling to drink that water? And we're tackling that challenge together, and it grows that community. Get together. So how important it is to actually be in the physical presence of your group, get together, plan events. I know that we're planning something here, but get together and enjoy that fellowship of being together, and push for meaningful conversations. So some of us can tend to feel more comfortable with a little bit of that superficial conversation. But if you can find the strength to dig a little bit deeper and have those meaningful conversations with your community, it's going to strengthen it. make decisions together. Right? How powerful is that to decide what is that common goal, or what are we going to work on together? What challenges are we going to overcome? Make those decisions together and allow equal participation. How fun is that when you get to pull and you get to hear from all the different people in your group? And then last, and this one I seem like I have no problem with. This is the one that I excel at, and that's share your emotions. I have no filter. Every emotion that I feel, you all get to see and hear about, but share your emotions with the people that are in your community and grow that bond. So that's what I've got for you today. Thanks for having me on this morning, Coach.
Absolutely. No, that was awesome. Thanks, Andrea. And I want to challenge us as we end today. How many of you know someone that maybe has been in this community, but for whatever reason, life's taken them away, right? Can you think of somebody? Or maybe you don't have somebody in mind that you can invite, just one person. You know, there's power in reaching out to somebody and going, hey, we'd love to see your face on. You know, jump in there tomorrow, right? You could get them back on track. So I challenge you to reach out to somebody today and tell them about this community, encourage them to get back on track. And then I also, the second challenge is it's if whether you're in our business or you're not, doesn't matter. We have a Facebook group called Level Up Life. It's a group on Facebook, Level Up Life. How many of you are in that group? You know, go in, look around, and just simply start with us. Start by maybe going for a walk. Start by, you know, you can look in the file section of that page and find kind of a phases that you could get involved with. But the bottom line is it's another community. It's another community that you can grow in. And that's the power. So excited for today. Love you guys. We're grateful for you. Have a great Tuesday. We'll see you back tomorrow. We've got Coach Myra Miles be joining us tomorrow on here. Andrea Rosser, thank you so much for today. Love you guys. Grateful for you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank